On a weekend in the spring of 1934, Alan Lane, the managing director of a London publishing house, had a revolutionary idea during a stopover in Exeter while journeying back home from a visit to Devon to see the writer Agatha Christie and her husband Max Mallowan. This idea would transform our reading habits in the 20th century by altering the way books were viewed. Although nowadays e-books and audiobooks are ubiquitous and taken for granted, the evolution of the idea of a book underwent numerous transformations over a lengthy period of history. Around 5,400 years ago, the history of books began with the invention of writing. Clay tablets and papyrus were among the first materials to keep information at the time. Clay tablets were used to write cuneiform in Mesopotamia around the 3rd millennium BC. Meanwhile, papyrus, a thick paper-like material made from the pith of the papyrus plant, made its first appearance in Egypt around 2400 BC. Parchment, crafted from animal skin, took center stage in the 3rd century BCE, replacing papyrus. Although reliable, parchment was very expensive. Fast forward to ancient China in the 1st century CE, and you will find the ingenious invention of paper made from the bark of the mulberry tree. In pre-Columbian America, from the 3rd to the 8th century CE, agave fibers and animal hides were used to record information. Next, scrolls were utilized to bind a vast amount of information by gluing papyrus or paper sheets together to form elongated scrolls ranging from 10 to 40 meters in length. The transformation from the scroll to the codex during the 2nd to the 4th centuries was a real game changer. The codex, which is the book format recognized today, consists of sheets bound together at the back, making it easy to read and navigate through. The Middle Ages saw the rise of illuminated manuscripts. These manuscripts blended text and imagery intricately, resulting in unique handcrafted articles of significant value. The personalization of each manuscript was achieved through design features incorporated by the scribe, bookbinder, and illustrator. In the 15th century, the introduction of the printing press by Gutenberg in Germany revolutionized book production. This development was accompanied by the emergence of copyright protection, which secured authors' rights and shaped the publishing landscape. That spring day at the train station in Exeter, Alan Lane wanted to read a book, but he was unable to locate any he wanted in the station's bookstore. He only found magazines, thrillers, and romance novels in hardback covers. Unsatisfied, he had an idea. He was considering republishing high-quality works of fiction and non-fiction, but with attractively designed paper covers that could be sold at 6 pence each, which would make books available to anyone interested in reading anywhere. Next day, he discussed the idea with his two brothers, who were also directors of the same publishing company. Initially, the idea was not well received, but he argued that sales of high volume would make up for the cheap prices and increase their profits. He selected the title Penguin for the initial collection, a reprint of 10 books. It was immediate success. Alan Lane achieved success during a time when greater significance was placed on the general public and the merits of high culture were being challenged. In 1937, he founded the Pelican series to publish non-fiction books, and this was his greatest achievement. Through Pelican, Lane introduced the works of renowned authors such as George Bernard Shaw, Julian Huxley, H.G. Wells, and Leonard Woolley. Later that year, Lane came up with his third idea, the Penguin Special, which focused on addressing the growing tension in Europe before the Second World War. Lane's ideas proved to be incredibly successful. On average, titles sold 40,000 copies, and the political specials sold hundreds of thousands more. One of the titles published on this series was Poland, just a few months away from the Nazis' invasion of the country. Since the invention of the paperback, we had access to affordable books for a long time now. The idea of the book is still changing as technology develops. With advanced technology available to almost everyone, it is as if we are at a cultural crossroads. Traditional books have the timeless charm, the feel, the smell, the whole experience. But ebooks, on the other hand, offer convenience and accessibility in the digital age. Will traditional books survive the ebook? Will the ebook be the future? Or there will be room for both, like having a physical library at home and a digital one in your pocket? What do you think? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.